Come on, guys. Strength is less. People didn't realize that class is at 6 o'clock. Yes, boss. Other day I was talking about what concept, guys? Distributed transaction management. Class content Spring 613. Transaction management, boss. Sushant Kumar, you are a permanent employee of Collabra and you will be sent to other companies. That's quite common in the industry. That's very common in the industry, Mr. Sushant Kumar. Joining in the company and going and working for another company. That's quite common. Most of the companies works like this only. This is called body shopping. This is called body shopping or consultancy business. Okay. Array, not Collabra, big Accenture, big Capgemini will do this kind of business, right? So please accept it and make it possible. Right. Yes. Okay. Can you come back to the discussions? Before going back to the discussions, yes. That's good, guys. That's really nice, Sushant Kumar. 90% of interview you able to speak because of my content. That's really nice. Why that 10% is missed? What is that 10%? Can you tell me? Eclipse is there. Paintbrush is there. Okay. Timers is part of scheduling discussions. Fine. Scheduling discussions. Acha, 10% he asked, 90% you replied. Got it. The meaning of 90% understood. In a 100% conversation, you spoke only for 10% and you spoke 90%. That's good sign. Yeah. Let's launch both databases. SQL developer here. MySQL here. MySQL workbench. MySQL workbench here. That's cool, guys. Came to this place. What is that? persistence-config.xml. persistence-config.xml. Sanjeevani C, generally in MNCs, especially CTS, process is too lengthy, boss. Sometimes they take 3-4 months also. So my suggestion is better not to wait for it. Join in Oracle. Better not to wait for it. Join in Oracle. I noticed recently for some student it has touched 4 months to release the offer letter. Otherwise, you can mail CTS people once. I got other offers to consider. Can you release the offer letter as early as possible? And if possible, try to attach Oracle offer letter. then they will, if you feel they are very much important to you, they will release the offer letter as early as possible. That's the only way. Okay. Yes. JDBC template configuration, boss. Tell me, for distributed. Okay, guys. Distributed. Yeah. Distributed transaction management needs distributed database softwares, and we need distributed transaction manager injected to JTA transaction manager, distributed transaction service injected to JTA transaction manager. We need XAJDBC drivers, XAJDBC drivers. Look at, so Atomacus is providing those XAJDBC drivers, guys. Okay, using that, we are creating a data source for Oracle, data source for MySQL, right? Okay, now JDBC template configuration, my dear. JDBC template configuration, guys. Now tell me here, bean ID, Vara template, class is equal to JDBC template. Class is equal to JDBC template. Okay. Constructor hyphen arg name is equal to constructor hyphen arg name is equal to data source. Ref is equal to, okay. What is this? Vara XADS. Vara XADS. That's cool, guys. Next, James JDBC template configuration for Oracle, guys. JDBC template configuration for MySQL. Second one is MySQL, guys. MySQL XADS. I think last 5 minutes yesterday we have done some zigzagness, that here, this modification there, some hangama we did. I think now all are perfect, guys. Okay. MySQL template, guys. JDBC template, data source. Here is my, what is this? Here is my, what is the one I have to inject? MySQL XADS. MySQL XADS. And done, boss. Right. Now, when it comes to DAO classes, what should I do? Context colon context, not annotation, config component scan. Component scan base package is equal to com.nt.dao. That's it. com.nt.dao, boss. I think yesterday we have done withdraw dao.java. I withdraw dao impl.java. Where is that I withdraw dao impl.java? Yes. We decided to perform Vara template. See, same bean ID is given. Vara template. Okay. On deposit, we decided to do on what? MySQL. Okay. So that's why MySQL template. Look at persistence hyphen config MySQL template. I think any confusion in the DAO, boss? Withdraw DAO to perform withdraw operation on MySQL table. MySQL or Oracle? Withdraw on Oracle. Okay. Deposit on MySQL. So the relevant JDBC templates are injected. For those JDBC template, relevant data source objects are injected. Is that clear, guys? Okay, boss. Next, I have to develop service, boss. New interface, iBank management service. iBank management service. iBank management service. Okay. Yeah. Public string, public string transfer money. Long SRCACNO. SRCACNO. Long destination ACNO. Next, float double amount. Double amount. Yes, listen, guys. Okay. So my previous batch will be completed by 5:40 like that. So I got some gap to clarify student doubts also. So mostly I will try to start the session exactly by 6 o'clock. I know when it was 7, sometimes I started 7:05, 7:06. Sometimes it touched 7:10 also. Why? Because design pattern students used to ask multiple questions. So I was there to clarify their doubts. So it used to be a bit late. But now not that problem is not there. I can start the session by 6 o'clock, be on time. Okay. This Sunday we are having session at what time, guys? 9:30. 9:30. Persistence config I have written twice. No, I have written only one time, boss. Maybe that is a old project information. Persistence config. Right, let it be. iBank management service, boss. iBank management service, guys. Next, one more thing, new class. Bank management service IMPL interface iBank management service. iBank management service, guys. Okay. So how to tell you are a service class, guys? At the rate service, bank service. Nice. Okay. Next one. I withdraw. Next one is what? I withdraw DAO, WDAO. I withdraw DAO, WDAO. Yes. Private. I deposit DAO, DDAO. Deposit DAO at the rate auto wide. So no confusion. That's why injection was. Now you go for it. Okay. Perform withdraw operation. What operation, guys? Withdraw operation. Yes, guys. Now tell me here. WDAO dot into count to 1 is equal to WDAO dot withdraw long account number and amount. What account number? Source account number. SRCACNO. Next, into count 2 is equal to DDAO dot withdraw. Okay. Destry account number comma amount. Destry account number comma amount. So DDO dot deposit, my dear. You are right. Deposit. Deposit. Fine, boss. If anything is 0, count to 1 or count to double equal to 2. Sorry, not 1, 2. 0, 0, 0. If anything is 0, guys, if anything is 0, count to 1, here count to 2. Throw new, tell me, illegal, what is this? Illegal argument exception. Throw new illegal argument exception. Oh, both are same, huh? Fine. Illegal argument exception. Why illegal argument? Let's go for runtime exception, guys. It sounds better. Runtime exception. A runtime exception. What is this? Money not transferred. Transaction rolled back. money not transferred, money not transferred, return, transaction committed, money transferred, transaction committed, guys, committed, money transferred. Yes, guys. Done, boss. This is my count one, this is my count two. Bank management service IMPL, guys. Why red color? Semicolon is missed, that's why red color. But what is most important? At the rate transactional, guys. Propagation required. Propagation required. Yes, if you are interested, you can keep other attributes as we discussed other day, but minimum is required, guys. And if you don't mention anything by writing at the rate transactional, default is also required, boss. You can mention in the class level also, then all on all methods required is applied. Yes, boss. Next, service beans.xml, boss. Spring Bean configuration file. Service beans.xml. Here is what? Beans. Here is my context. Here is my beans. Here is my context. Say next, say finish. Say next, say finish. Array in service not required. In service not required. What's happening? It's a service only. Context colon component scan. Base package is equal to com.nt.service. com.nt.service. Okay, boss. Next, aop-beans.xml file. New others, Spring Bean configuration file. aop-beans.xml file. Okay. AOP what is next? Beans transaction. Where is this transaction? TX. TX is most important one here now. Okay. If you don't select anything, latest one only will be taken. Yes. Configure. I have to configure Atomoscus distributed transaction service, distributed transaction manager. Both of them I have to inject to JTA transaction manager, and I should ask my Spring application to work with that. I should ask my application to work with that. So we can directly ask Spring application to work with Atomoscus transaction manager na, boss. Listen. Spring, according to Spring, transaction manager is a class that implements platform manager interface. Atomoscus transaction manager is not implementing platform transaction manager interface. So that's the reason we are taking those individual transaction managers, which are distributed transaction manager, injecting to JTA transaction manager, and we are giving JTA transaction manager to what? IOC container to manage distributed transaction. Very, very interesting thing, a point or not? Very, very interesting point or not? Come on. I hope you realize it is interesting point. Realized or not? Okay, if needed, you can see that also. I'll show. Atomoscus configure. Atomoscus distributed transaction service. Atomoscus distributed transaction service. DTX service, guys. Class is equal to bean ID DTX service class is equal to. Now tell me here, Atomoscus Atomacus user transaction IMP. 1 minute. User transaction IMP. This is there. Enough. Writing timer, idle timeout. Those things are optional to configure, guys. Configure Atomacus distributed transaction manager, DTX manager, MGMR. Okay, to give the feeling, this is a DTX service of Atomacus, AKS, DTX service. What is this? AKS DTX manager. Okay, but class name is different, guys. Class name is user transaction manager. User transaction manager. Array, in WebLogic server, Glassfish server also, two objects will be there. One is like this, one is like this, having two different J&A in J&A registry. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. In WebLogic and Glassfish server also, if you want to work with the server manager, distributed transaction service and manager in the J&A registry, this kind of two services will be there, boss. Right. We are ready with this one, boss. Okay. Configure JTA transaction manager. Configure JTA transaction manager. Okay, guys. Bean ID. What is that, guys? Bean ID. Okay, guys. What is there? Bean ID. Bean ID. What is this? JTA TXEMGMR. TXEMGMR. Class is equal to JTA transaction manager. JTA transaction manager. Come on, guys. Here, property name is equal to transaction. Okay, what is this? User transaction. Ref is equal to AKS transaction service. Property name, user transaction manager, not there. Then what? Transaction manager, ref is equal to AKS distributed transaction manager. Cool, guys. Super cool. Okay. Next, this is one more thing that we have focused. After this, what is the next story, my dear? Next story. TX colon annotation driven transaction manager. Transaction manager is what, guys? JTA transaction manager. End of the story, boss. See, everything same as our local transaction application. Only the thing is, other day we used data source transaction manager, but today we are using Atomacus transaction manager, Atomacus transaction service. Both we have injected to our JTA transaction manager. Using that, we are enabling transaction. Okay, outer layer JTA, boss, but internally what is used for 2PC protocol based distributed transaction management? Definitely it is using Atomacus only, right? Come on, come on. No need of adding data source to JTA transaction manager. Not required. Why? Why? There is no one data source. There are multiple data sources. That's the beauty. See, listen. Why there is no need of adding data source? How many data sources you add here? If you add one data source, but 2PC protocol should manage transaction on one database or more than one database. More than one database. How many database? No one knows, right? Transfer money method may deal with 2 databases, 10 databases. If we inject one data source pointing to one database, how does it will work out other databases? This is the beauty. No need of injecting any data source to any transaction manager. Why? Array, one business method dealing with 2 databases, another business method dealing with 3 databases, one more business method dealing with 4 databases. Then 4 databases. Then it would be problem or not? That's the beauty of distributed transaction manager. If a business method deals with what? 4 databases, it will keep 4 databases in a transaction boundary. On 4 database, commit will happen in single shot. On 4 databases, rollback will happen in single shot. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. This is real beauty of distributed transaction manager. Okay, good observation. Let me give one point on it. I think yesterday we have written less only. I will add today's date to yesterday's document. I'm taking the same thing. Okay, why confusions? You said today class not happened. I know that. Okay, we'll go for fresh document, guys. Okay, 1 minute. Sort by date. Oh, sort by date. Sort by date. Why 26th, guys? Yesterday's is 27th now. Yesterday's class is 27th. 26th. I think yesterday we have taken wrong. Yesterday we have taken wrong date, it seems. Okay, yesterday I had given wrong date, you correct it. Distributed transaction management was. Yes. While working with distributed transaction management, while working with distributed transaction management, while working with distributed transaction, while working with distributed transaction management, guys, while working with distributed transaction management, we don't inject any data source object to. We don't inject any data source object to. Come on, guys. We don't inject any data source object to. Okay, transaction manager. Transaction manager. Okay. The reason is it has to keep multiple database softwares that are used by each business method in transaction boundary and should execute okay commit and rollback operations on the database software in single shot. commit rollback operation on those database softwares in single shot. That means commit should happen this one, boss. I hope you understood. Right. This is the one reason. Sir, while working with the data source transaction manager, previous example of local transaction management, we injected data source. Are local means all operation will happen in a single database. That's why no problem of giving data source pointing to one database software. But distributed means on multiple database softwares. In different business method, we involve different number of database softwares. Are you listening my statement, boss? Right. Okay, guys. ATS DTX service, ATS DTX manager. This one, transaction TX colon annotation driven transaction manager is equal to this. Super boss. Right. AOP hyphen beans.xml, persistence hyphen config.xml. Yes, now all of them should be pointed to AOP hyphen beans.xml. Yes, AOP. Good question. Whoever asked this question, it's a really good question. I liked this question. Others, Spring Bean configuration file, AOP-beans.xml. What's happening? Already there. Okay, then we will take application context.xml. Say next, say finish. Import resource AOP-beans.xml. Import resource service-beans.xml. Import resource. Okay. Next, service report persistence-beans.xml. Okay. Persistence-beans.xml. Right. Done, guys. After that, what next? com.nt.test, guys. New class, guys. New class, guys. What is this? Distributed transaction management test. Distributed transaction management test. Okay. Create IOC container, guys. Create IOC container. Okay. Class path XML spell mistake where persistence hyphen config I have taken. Yesterday I have done that dance. 1 minute. That is not that much standard, guys. Standard is beans only. Persistence hyphen beans.xml. Yes, guys. Now listen. Class path XML application context CTX is equal to new class path XML application context. New class path XML application context. Tell me. com/nt/ cfz/ application context.xml. Application context.xml. Get proxy class object. Sir, proxy object will come. Having transaction service, proxy object only comes using CZlib libraries. Come on. Yes. What is this? iBank management service proxy is equal to ctx.getBean bank service, guys. Okay, iBank management service dot class. What dot class, guys? iBank management service dot class. Cool, super cool, guys. Then invoke methods. Try block. Proxy dot transfer money. 1001, 1002. Amount is equal to 2000 rupees. Okay, 2000 rupees. 1001, 1002 amount is equal to, I think it's not a double value. Okay. Source account, it's a double value, not a float value, it's a double value. Okay. Sys out. Okay. Result plus proxy dot this. Yes, guys. Catch SQL exception SC. SC dot print stack trace. Eh, not SQL exception, guys. Exception E. Exception E. What is that, guys? E dot print stack trace. Exception E. E dot print stack trace. Is that clear, guys? E dot print stack trace. Super boss. Now tell me. Here is my main method. Done. Done. Okay. Close container. CTX dot close. Close container CTX dot close. End of main method. End of class. Super boss. Right click. Run on Java application. So right now everything is perfect. 1001, 1002 perfect, boss. Both are available. Both are available if I am not wrong. First I have to show do everything. Earlier we have seen this do everything in one database software. Now I am planning to show this do everything on across the multiple database software. Tables, DTX underscore bank account, select rows. 1002. This is 1002. Array, I should have magnifier earlier, guys. Nowadays I'm not using that much. Run as administrator, guys. Okay. Run as administrator, guys. Done. Distributed transaction manager, application context.xml, AOP-bean, service-beans. Right. Go to Aracle one. Aracle one. What is the table name? DTX underscore bank underscore account. Here. DTX underscore bank underscore account. DTX underscore bank underscore account. Bank underscore account. Data pinit. 1001, boss. I think now magnifier is ready. Okay. Now let's run the application. Run on Java application, boss. Run on Java application. Oh, problem. Persistence hyphen beans. Non-compatible bean definition, boss. It is saying that non-compatible bean definition. Unexpected parsing XML document in persistence hyphen beans dot XML. Let's see persistence hyphen beans.xml data sources. Where is parsing exception, guys? Where I have got parsing exception? Where? DAO. Okay, let me read the error. Pros tag, props tag, right only, boss. No, it's not key value. Key and body. That's perfect. Props tag is not a problem. Props tag is not a problem. Okay, let me analyze the reason behind it. I wrote component scan twice. Oh, this could be the reason. This could be the reason. Let me check. Right click, run on Java application. Still same problem. Config bean definition. WDAO bean class withdraw DAO employee. Non-compatible definition same as deposit DAO. Okay, let's go for withdraw DAO IMPL. Implements I withdraw DAO repository WDAO. Okay, now go to deposit DAO, which I have done through CCC. Very bad, very bad. DDAO. Bean ID same, boss. Bean ID same. I think you understood. Yes, boss. Now going on. See, all pools related. See, pools only. These are log messages related to Atomacus, boss. These are log messages related to Atomacus. Transaction committed, money transferred. Let's see. This is Arakil. This is Arakil. On Arakil, we are planning to perform withdraw 78,000. Okay, here done. Go to MySQL 90,000. Say refresh 92,000. That means do everything is happening smoothly or not. Say something, my dear. Do everything happening smoothly, right? Okay. Let us check. Let us check. I'm giving to go that number whose number is not there. 1008 is not there. Now it has to roll back the transaction, guys. Roll back the transaction. Let's see. 2PC protocol. It will confirm transaction committed, money transferred. Super great. No exception is coming, nothing. Hoyo, what's happening? Our entire thanks for using this installation is not registered yet. Super, super. Atmacus people have become commercial people, boss. Ha 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 ha. No, no, it's not saving, boss. Atmacus people have become commercial people nowadays. Register at for free. Okay, working demos. Okay, fine. They are saying free na. Okay, we'll go there. Earlier, this problem was not there. First time I'm facing this problem. First time I'm facing this problem, guys. Register now. What is this? Natraz Java Arena. Natraz Java Arena at gmail.com. Register now. Hello. Natraz Java Arena at gmail.com. Thanks for signing up. Okay. Okay. Register now. Register now. Did you know extreme transaction will get your much faster? Now try. No, I will try on my own. Yes, tell me. No, I will try on my own. Yes, community. How to register? Why to register? Full access, all this thing. How to register? Okay. Today's biggest community reach is this one, this one, this one. Natras Java Arena. Why it is coming again, guys? Natras Java Arena. Thanks for registration. Select this. Send me your newsletter. Yeah, thanks for registering. Anything else I should do? Anything I should do, guys? Extreme transaction, show me. Okay. Right. Let me check the mail. Is there anything that I got for confirmation? Yeah. I didn't get anything here for confirmation, boss. All primary, all inboxes. I didn't get anything for confirmation, boss. Okay. Right. Now listen. Run as first time I'm getting it. Yes. Transaction rolled back, money not transferred. Now it is working. Now it is working. Did you notice it, guys? Okay, but really it is happening or not? Let me check. Let me check, guys. Yes. Arkil one. Refresh. 76,000. Array. After rollbacking transaction, how does it will change, Ra Babu? It's very bad. It's very bad. Achha, last time one, huh? Last time one. Yes, your analyzation is right. Okay, refresh. 94,000. Okay, last one more time. This time we will check. This time we can check. Right click Java application. Last time success one, it seems. Yes. Transaction rolled back, boss. Fine, cool. Now listen. Saved. Come here. Refresh. 76,000. Here 94,000. Should not be changed. Changed or not changed? Changed or not changed? It's really working, boss. Do nothing. Do nothing is happening nicely. 94,000 as it is. 76,000 also as it is there. One more time you run it. Java application. Since 1008 is not there, we got the exception. We seriously got the exception. Come on. See this. No change, 94,000. No change, 76,000. Enjoyed my point, guys? I bet most of these Spring people not aware of distributed transaction. If they aware also, they are not able to implement practically. Collar up and chin up, say proudly, I know what is distributed transaction. I know how to implement practically also. These are the small thing that improves your confidence. If someone asks you, how can you talk with two database software at a time? Rusty fellow, indirectly we are talking two databases here. In this example, are we not talking with two database softwares at a time? People present talking with two database software is a big weapon, big mission. Array, in the process of distributed transaction, we are indirectly forced to talk with two database softwares. Yes, guys. I have seen some people presenting, I talked to two database softwares today. They don't do transaction also. Just to talk with two databases, they feel, oh, they have done great work. Are worst fellow, not only we talked with the two databases, we have done transaction management on what? Multiple database together, which is nothing but distributed transaction. And I know practicals of it. If someone says, today I have learned how to interact with the two database softwares at a time, laugh at them and tell, I know more than that. You know how to talk with only to talk with the two database software. But I even know how to perform what? Transaction management, distributed transaction management on those database softwares. Is that clear, guys? Right. Ravi, I think without registration also correct output will come. Maybe last time I have not saved a client application. I think registration is not required, guys. If I analyze correctly, registration is not required. Before registration, what execution I have done, I might have not saved client application properly. That's the reason we got that feeling. Actually, registrations are not required. Listen, this error is, that is a common guidance message coming every time. Okay, this time also coming. And still saying registration is not enhanced. Got it or not? Yeah, Ravanya is confirming. How to talk with more than one database software is a big question for them. For us, it's all about taking two data sources to JDBC templates. You don't want distributed transaction, you can take regular Hikari CP data sources also. You can work with regular Hikari CP data sources also. It's possible. Right. Now let me give the copy of this. Pom.xml. This one. And I want to present three things. I would like to present three things. Number one, service class. Number one, service class, guys. No doubt in the here I want to present service class. Yes, boss. Bank service IMPL. Bank service IMPL.java. Paste. Bank service IMPL. That's the one thing. Okay. Next. And I would like to present two DAOs is not required. Persistence-beans.xml. Persistence-beans.xml, guys. Persistence-beans.xml paste. Oh, I think height problem. Huh? Persistence-beans.xml. Okay, boss. Next, service-beans.x. Not service. I don't want to give service. AOP-beans.xml. AOP-beans.xml. AOP-beans.x. Done, guys. Got it now, boss? Yes, let it be, boss. Now I want to develop same application in Spring Boot environment. Tell me, guys, is there any starter related to Atomacus? In Spring Boot, is there any starter related to Atomacus? Not there. Not there. So do you think any data source of Atomacus comes through auto configuration? No. When not coming through auto configuration, what should I do? When not coming through auto configuration, what should I do? We have to go for @bean method to get those data source objects manually. Yes, boss. That's the one thing. Ah, yeah, we have to go for @bean methods, guys. This is one small change. This is one specific change, guys. Next, no XML, nothing. So then what should I do? To create this distributed transaction service, distributed transaction manager, and to inject that one to JTA transaction manager. Come on. JTA transaction manager. JTA transaction manager. Definitely we have to think about going for what? @bean methods only. Lot of hard work I have to do. Sorry, boss. If Spring Boot is not giving the things through auto configuration, yes, it is similar to 100% code, guys. Everything we have to go for @bean. So, right, I will present this Spring Boot application in two ways, guys. Number one, @bean methods getting @bean methods getting inputs from application.properties file. Number two, directly hard coded. Both versions I will give, don't worry. So shall I start the work, boss? New Spring Starter project. Where is this? New Spring Starter project. Okay. Developing 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 distributed transaction management application using Spring Boot. Using Spring Boot. Yes, boss. Next, note. There is no starter. There is no starter. Come on, guys. There is no starter representing Atomacus API. API. So we should create the Atomacus API related the following spring beans, the following spring beans using @bean method, @bean method definitions. Okay, @bean method definitions of configuration class. Yes, what they are, guys? Data source bean. What is the first one? What is the first one? Data source bean. This is the first one. Atomicus data source bean. Otherwise, let me take. First one is this Atomicus data source bean. Next, B. Next one is what? AOP-beans, guys. This one. C, guys. C. Atomicus user transaction manager. User transaction manager. D. What is D, guys? D. JDBC template. Actually, it comes through auto configuration. The one that comes with auto configuration take Hikari CP data source object. But right now I want to see taking this data source object. So JDBC template with Atomicus data source bean object. JDBC template injected with Atomicus data source bean object. Yes, guys. Next, E. What is, guys, E? Tell me here, what is that? JTA transaction manager. JTA transaction manager injected with at user transaction IMP comma user transaction manager class objects or objects. User transaction IMP user transaction manager class objects. Right. Yes. Okay. Listen, guys, what is the specialty of these two things? The specialty of these two things is non non-atomic API, atoma API classes, okay, having atomic atoma atomicus 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 API class objects as dependent, classes objects as dependent. Yeah, that's the reason again we have to take them through @bean method. Sir, when I add Spring JDBC starter, I will definitely get what? JDBC template class object. What do you say, guys? And definitely I will get JDBC template class object. No second thought in that. But why are you not highlighting that, sir? Why are you not highlighting that, sir? If I get JDBC template, it will come with what? Hikari CP, but I am not interested with Hikari CP1 JDBC template. I am interested in what? JDBC template injected with Atomicus data source object. That's the reason I am going for @bean methods. And before that, I would like to highlight jars part, boss, because in this example, pom.xml jars part is very important. Okay, can I go for dependencies? Dependencies, guys. Pom.xml. Yes, these are the dependencies. Bapre. Okay, where can I adjust? Where can I adjust? Let me take this stuff. Dependencies in pom.xml. Super. Dependencies in pom. Ayyo, space problem. Okay, we'll try to put horizontally. Don't worry. Control B. We got up to these guys. Ayo. We got up to these guys. Cut it. Yes, we got up to this. Cut it. Bapre, what adjustment I am doing now. Again, take up to this. Okay. Cut it. Oh, so much dance I should do now. Okay, no problem. We'll do it. Yes, here I can paste completely. In that one, what are the things I should remove? Nothing I have to remove. Okay, boss. Done. Because in this example, jars only very, very important. Yes. I think you got the clarity, boss. Right. This is very important. @bean methods, I am going to configure manually. Close all editors, boss. How much we can do, we will do today. Remaining things we will see tomorrow. Where is this? Spring Starter project. Are, can I tell why it is named as Spring Starter project? Are, our project is also one starter where other starters will be added. For all these starters, one common parent project. That's the reason Spring Boot project is given as starter project. Our project is also one starter. For that one, other starters are added. For all these starters, including our project, one common parent project. And that common parent project, anyhow, we mention in web.xml file. That common parent project we mention in web.xml file. Got it or not? Got it or not, boss? Come on, are you with me? Oh, super, boss. Here is my project name. What is this? Transaction management pros 06 07 also will be there by linking them with properties file. 07 distributed transaction. I hope you are liking the examples, the way I'm designing, boss. Yes. Anyone who is attending morning Spring Boot and microservice classes, are you enjoying the depthness of the Spring Boot I am teaching? You are seeing version 2 of Spring Boot or not? Come on, come on. There you are. What you are seeing, regular Spring Boot or different Spring Boot? Yes, some things will match, but some things will not definitely match, right? Okay. So I will present Spring Boot more depth, and I will even plan background of microservices. So that's why I have to teach Spring Boot more in-depth manner, boss. But it does not mean, okay, with this, whatever knowledge you are learning in this batch, that is not sufficient to face interview to get the job. That is sufficient to face interview to get the job. But to attend microservices, some more depth knowledge is required. I'm trying to give that. Anyone is attending classes like that? I want your feedback so that I can feel whether I'm giving same Spring Boot or different Spring Boot. Right. Say next. Uh, Oracle driver, MySQL driver, MySQL driver. Now tell me, I will add JDBC API means one problem is there. I will get JDBC template Hikari data source. Hikari data source. Do you need them? Anyhow, you are going to create JDBC template manually, right? Through @bean method. It's better not to add this one or not. It's better not to add this one, JDBC starter, right? Speak out, my dear. It's better not to add this. What do you say, guys? Definitely, right? Say next. Then what about JDBC template class, sir? Are no problem. I will add manually, boss. Manually, boss. See, here I am doing one magic, boss. I am not adding Spring JDBC starter, though it gives JDBC template through auto configuration. Why? It will give JDBC template hacking Hikari CP data source object. But I need JDBC template having what? Atomicus database data source bean object, right? That's the reason I am not adding Spring JDBC starter. I hope you realized that. Then how you work with JDBC templates are by adding just jar, not the starter, by adding Spring JDBC jar. Through Maven, I will add Spring JDBC jar. I hope you realize it. Okay, at the end I will give, if I forget also, this one. Yes, boss. Right, let us take packages. Anyhow, something I can copy paste. Whatever I want to copy paste, I will take. DAO service copy paste, guys. Config not required. Test also copy paste. I will tell what I will do in the test. Yes, boss, paste. Done. Go to test, guys. Copy this, guys. Say paste here. Say paste here. Remove the default main class. Remove the default main class. Yeah, why red color? Because Spring JDBC is not added. That's why red color. So two changes I do here. You know that what are those changes? Spring Boot application. Spring Boot application. Here, get IOC container. Get IOC container, was. Yeah, application context CTX is equal to. Application context CTX is equal to Spring application dot run. Spring application, yes, capital Rababu. Spring application dot run. Spring application dot run. New is not required because run is a static method. Then current class. What is current class? Distributed transaction management test ARGS. What is this ARGS? It takes some command line arguments and try to make them as Spring Bean properties. Try to inject them to Spring Bean properties, guys. Right now we are not taking, boss. If we take it, yes, boss. Right now we are ready with client application. This clause needs typecasting. Typecasting with configurable application context. Done, boss. Non-Atomos API classes having Atomos API class objects as dependent. Done, boss. Now listen, I have to go to pom.xml, boss. In pom.xml, come here, MVN repository. I will try to add Spring JDBC. Spring JDBC. Don't add starter, add JDBC only. Spring JDBC, guys. 5.3.7. Done, boss. I think you convinced with my analyzation. Why we are not taking Spring JDBC starter? Why are happy with Spring JDBC dependency only? Understanding my point? Spring Boot is using version of Spring. Spring Boot always uses latest version of Spring, boss, because we are working with the latest version of Spring Boot. Mr. Sheikh 2.5 is the latest. It always uses latest Spring version. Clear, Mr. Sheikh? I don't know why did you doubt. Okay, boss. Now that red color gone. Why red color gone? Because now JDBC template is happily recognized here. Recognized here or not? Super, boss. Next. Listen. Writing multiple @bean methods in client come configuration class makes code quite clumsy. That's why I'm going to take separate config package, 1-2 configuration classes I'm going to add, because nearly seven config, seven @bean methods I have to develop. JTA transaction manager, Atomos transaction service, Atomos transaction manager, okay, Atomos data source bean for 2 databases, okay, JDBC template having Atomos data source bean as dependent will not come through auto configuration. Does not come through auto configuration. We have to take them manually through @bean methods. Got the clarity? So, but writing all @bean method in what? Main method, main class, where main method is there is not a good practice. So that's why I'm taking what? com.nt.config package. Inside that, I will take only 2 configuration classes, because service config not required. Why? Because service class is there under the sub package of root package. It will be deducted automatically. Okay, DAO also component scan is not required. Same story, boss. So I'm just worried about writing @bean methods related to persistence config, related to AOP config. Actually, I can write them in client come configuration class, but writing many thing is bad. Writing many thing is bad, right? Okay, that's why I'm going for what? Persistence config. Persistence config. Persistence config. New class. AOP config. AOP config. Persistence config, guys. @configuration. Next. at the rate configuration. Okay. After that, what next? At the rate configuration, you are not required. Leave it. Sorry, you are not writing at the rate component scan. Not required. At the rate configuration. Okay. Sir, at the same time, you are not writing at the rate import here. Not required because they are there in sub package of root package. Configuration classes will be automatically recognized by client come configuration class. This automatically recognizes. Understanding my point? If we keep Spring Beans user defined, if we keep configuration classes in the sub package of root package, they will be automatically scanned and recognized by main come configuration class because of at the rate component scan that is there inside of what? At the rate Spring Boot application annotation. That's the reason no need of writing at the rate import, no need of writing what? Component scan individually in each configuration class, guys. I think you convinced with this statement, boss. Yes. Tomorrow when I am giving that screenshot of the project and sample code, remind me to give the jars. Remind me to give the dependencies in what? Pom.xml, because I want to highlight we have not adding Spring JDBC starter, though it gives auto configuration. We are just adding Spring JDBC only, not the starter, because now auto configuration looks bad, guys. No, auto configuration looks bad. Or one thing you can do, add Spring JDBC starter and disable auto configuration on certain beans. That also you can do. Your choice, guys. Both are in your control. And already I have shown how to disable auto configuration on certain bean, boss. Shona, not Shona. Shona, not Shona, my dears. Definitely I have shown it. Okay, guys. Yeah, you cannot exclude in you cannot exclude in pom.xml because entire starter together comes. Array, you can exclude jars. You cannot exclude classes. Vishwadit. Exclude option of Maven, exclude option of jar. Okay. Gradle is there. When you add main jar, you will get dependent jar. If you want to exclude one, two dependent jar, exclude option. But right now, what you want to exclude is classes. Classes excluding is not there in what? Exclude tag. Wrong observation. Thank you, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's session. I have seen so many people feeling talking to database software, great. You tell them, not only I'm talking to two database software, I'm even managing transaction on those database software. That too in Spring Boot style and Spring style. Both style we are doing it. Yes or no, na? Because whenever I teach JDBC, so many people ask how to talk with more than one database software. How have I talked? By taking two JDBC template, two data sources, I talked. Great, na boss. Thank you. We'll meet tomorrow. Tomorrow onwards, I'll try to start by 6 o'clock because now all batches are streamlined, boss. Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Tomorrow, regular. Okay. So I think tomorrow, if distributed transaction is over, including properties file involvement and YML file involvement, the next leftover is Sunday. Mostly I have to give Spring MVC introduction. What introduction? Spring MVC introduction. Don't dare to miss the introduction. Right? Thank you. Have a nice time.